Welcome back, or if you're new here, hello, my name is Katie, and today I'm going to be reacting to episode 20 of season 3 of Attack on Titan. The last episode, we finally got to the basement. Who knew that Levi's foot was actually the key to the basement? But yeah, we have found some information about where Grisha Jaeger came from, and it seems that he came from a civilization outside the walls that we know that had advanced technology and that seemed to have some kind of segregation in place. We got the beginning, hopefully we're going to dive more into it, but we got the beginning of a flashback at the end of the last episode with Grisha as a child trying to escape the confines that he was in what looks like a way more advanced civilization than what we already know of this world. So I hope in this episode, Grisha is going to take us on a trip down memory lane and explain what the hell is going on. But yeah, before we get into the episode, if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. You can also join my Patreon if you want to see fully uncut early access reactions to Attack on Titan and everything else I'm currently reacting to. It's $3 a month over there, and I really appreciate the support. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into episode 20 of Attack on Titan. All right, we're staying in... They have cars. Oh my god, this is crazy. Eldians. Okay, so they are, I mean, where they came from was still more civilized than what we know, but this is like even better. And they're not supposed to be here. They're segregated. They're called Eldians, devil bloods. So I'm like, are they Titans or born to be Titans? They're just kids. Saying that so casually. Oh. They're saying this so casually, like, oh my god. Are we about to find out that, like, are we about to find out that the real enemy of it all is just humans? Not to take off your armbands. Eldian without honor sent to their paradise. Their paradise? It's weird that it's called a paradise when it's like you're lucky you didn't take it off, because that doesn't sound like it would be a paradise. You're fucking kidding. They killed her? That is... They have to... Oh my god, this is gonna be so much to take in. Okay, so we have Eldians and Marlians. So this is like the class or perhaps race division. And I feel like his dad was probably, I mean, cowardly comes into it because that was literally his daughter. But what would he and his family have faced if he stood up to that guy?
ユミルは死後も9つの巨人に魂を分け、エルディア帝国を築いた。そして大国マーレを滅ぼし、この大陸の支配者。
Wait. What? And so I guess this is who the Ymir that we know is named after, because they're two entirely different people. Obtain the power of the Titans. Upon her death, Ymir's spirit was split into the 9 Titans who formed the Eldian Empire. Dark Ages. The subjects of Ymir called other races inferior and began to oppress them. So the Eldians. But if these books and this is taught, I don't know if I believe this, because if these books are written and taught by Marleyans, how do we know that this is the truth? Eldian king at the time erected 3 walls on the island of Paradis and fled there with many of his people. Our ancestors were abandoned and left behind on this continent, but... Wait. Whoa. At the time, erected 3 walls on the island of Paradis. That's where we are now. That's what they're talking about, their paradise. Our ancestors were abandoned and left behind on this continent. And then so they threatened to fucking throw them there? The gracious people of Marley let us live and stay on their land. So what they're what they're teaching right now is that Ymir made a deal with a devil, basically, got the power of the Titans. Ymir's spirit was split into the 9 Titans. After defeating the great nation of Marley, they ruled over the continent. But why did they go to war with Marley? Why did she want to make a deal with the devil of all earth, obtain this power to go to war with him? Like, why would she do that? Like, this is making it seem like just some girl was like, hey, let's form this empire and just like rob and loot everybody. I mean, it's grim that they forced other races to bear their children and increase their numbers and loot it and all that. But like, again, is that true? And then what, once the great nation, the what? Plotted to subvert Eldia and its arrogance from within. God, I really having to think about this. They wrote 7 of the 9 Titans under their control. Right. Where's the grief? Yeah, like, is this true? Like, is this guy reliable right now? Because he is just bending to their... and shaming his own ancestry. Like, it's been drilled into him to be ashamed of it, so... Like, why is he giving his son a history lesson on this right after their daughter was just killed? Why are we doing this right now? Literally, like, what the fuck? What does that got to do with anything? That is so cruel. This is... the world.
同胞？あなたの妹はマーレ当局の男に殺されたマーレ政府の内通者がいます。詳しい話をお聞かせしましょう。
This is the first time anyone's like agreed with him, said the same thing as him.
そんなことが。妹の事件の真相を知ったとき、
Oh, I don't even want to know.
本当の悪魔はど
You're fucking kidding. That is horrendous.
ことは正しかったのだ。再び世界を正すためには、エルディアを復活させなくてはならない。マーレ政府の内通者はフクロウと呼ばれ、姿を見せることなく復権派を導いた。我々の始祖ユミルは巨人の力に目覚め、荒れ地を耕し、道を作り、峠には橋を架けた。人々を豊かにし。
Wait. She awakened the power of the Titans to develop the country? Not for war?
この大陸を発展させたんだ。
I thought that was fucking suspicious. Yes! Oh my god! Erwin was fucking right about this shit. Like, history books can be lies, convenient deceptions. Literally, that happens in real life.
よくこの古語が読めたな。いや、まだほとんど解読できてないんだ。でもなぜ真実が分かった？そんなことすぐに。
So, what I'm assuming now is that people like Reiner, Birdie, all them, they are descendants of people who weren't shipped off to the island. And Eren, all of them, their ancestors were shipped off, and they have no memory of the truth. So they're all Eldians, right? All of them. Like Eren, all of them. They're all Eldian descendants. If that is correct, though, why then do people like Reiner, Birdie, the Beast Titan, all of them, why are they attacking Paradise Island? But then it is like the king and everyone that's like, it's the royal family that were raising the memories, so they want to stop that. And like, I guess, is it the greater mission to like, it doesn't matter what people get caught in that, like they need to, I don't know. I hope I'm not confusing myself.
私はダイナ・フリッツと申します。王家の血を引く者です。
Oh.
彼女は大陸に存在する王家の末裔の最後の一人であり、王家だけが持つ巨人の情報を復権派にもたらした。王が壁の中に持ち去った始祖の巨人。これさえ手にすれば、他の巨人すべてを支配し、マーレを打ち滅ぼすことができる。しかし、そのような絶対的な力を持っておきながら、なぜ島まで退くことに？
それは戦うことを否定したからです。大陸内の力の均衡を保つという役目を放棄し、辺境の島に都を移したのです。
The king decided to basically hide in that island where it wouldn't be suspicious because all of those people had their memories wiped. Am I understanding that correctly?
翌年、私たちは結婚し、男子を授かった。名はジーク。王家の血を引く子だ。きっとこの子は私たちを勝利に導いて。
Oh. So Eren actually has an older brother, half brother. Wait, so because Marley is actually using the power of 7 Titans, maybe some of them, like Reiner, etc., maybe they are fighting for Marley because it's what they've learned and believe.
しかし、壁の王が80年前に言い残した言葉がある。今後我々に干渉するなら、壁に潜む幾千万の巨人が 地上のすべてを平らにならすだろう。
Millions in the walls.
マーレ政府の目的は我々と同じ。壁内に侵入し、始祖の巨人を奪還することである。
このままじゃ
マーレに先を越されてしまう。そうなったらもう永久に。
So I think maybe like Reiner, etc. They have learned the history that is depicted by Marley, and that's what they're fighting for, and that would make sense why their goal is to get the founding titan, and like that's why they call themselves warriors.
我々の息子ジークをマーレの戦士にするのだ。
Yeah.
いいかジーク。
What?
マーレの人間が言っていることは全て間違っている。
Oh, right, okay.
お前は誰よりもマーレの教えに従順に従わなければならない。
エルディアの屈辱はあなたが晴らす。
Ah.
わかった。
しかし私は知っていたはずだ。親が子を自らの思想に染め上げる罪深さ、王家の血を引く子でも、エルディア復権の希望でもなく、ジーク自身と向き合ったことが一度でもあった。
Just kind of used him.
何にせよ。
Wait.
ジークは自
Is he the Beast Titan? Is the Beast Titan Aaron's brother?
らと祖父祖母の安全を選んだ。愚かな両親をマーレ政府に差し出
He wanted him to be a Marleyan warrior, but taught him the truth. But he had to obey it so that he could do what they asked, but like get it back for them, basically. Fight for Eldia, kind of like undercover. But yeah, when you put those kind of things onto a child, why did they do that to a child? Like, he was probably scared of them. Where was the love? Where was apart from using him as, you know, a means to this?
ここが楽園。
そうだ、お前たちはここで終身刑となる。無垢の巨人となった。
Is that the same fucking guy? Or he just looks like him? Oh, it is the same guy. Oh, God.
覚えていた。ラム、殺してくれ。やだ。さっさと歩け。巨人はいい。
Oh, that's the guy that he met at the beginning.
グリシャか。どうなってる。なんでジークが俺たちを密告するんだ。お前の息子だろ。お前に全てを託したのが間違いだったんだ。復権派もダイナもなんとか言えよ。
He fucked up.
お前は自由だ。
Jesus Christ.
下にまっすぐ走れ。運が良かったら壁までたどり着けるぞ。こいつ。
That's the guy that fucking killed his sister. So they turned them into titans. This is so grim. They turn them. They don't even bring them to the civilized parts of Paradise Island. They just turn them into titans to further keep these people trapped. So they're just like surrounded by titans at all times, and like that's why they've never. Yeah. Oh my God. What the hell?
お、次は女か。もったいねえ。悪魔の血じゃなきゃな。
Is that his wife? Oh my good lord.
体は王か。
こいつがもみ消したのか。
どんな姿になってもあなたを探し出すから。
そりゃいい。巨人同士でよろしくやってる。
Just horrific. Oh my god.
エレンとミカサは兵器違反のお勤め中だよ。怖い夢でも見たの、エレン。
Did he just see all that in his dream?
今、親父の記憶とつながった。あの巨人、お前だったんだな。
Oh! Wait, the Titan that killed Erin's mom was her? And then oh my god. Is that, like, what? Is that too coincidental?
15年前8歳の妹を犬に食わせたのはお前だろ。思い出したよ少年。お前は巨人にしないでやる。3、4メートルくらいの巨人に調整するからこいつと戦ってくれ。なんでこんなことするんだ。人が巨人に食われるのが見たいとでも言うのか。
He's just sick.
なんでってそりゃ面白いからだろ。
No, fuck you. That's disgusting. Having my son's... It was educational having my son's dogs eat your sister?
心は痛まないのか。まあ言いたいことは
That is evil.
もし息子が同じ目にあったらと思うと胸が締め付けられる。かわいそうに。エルディア人でさえなければな。見ろ、あれがお前らの正体なんだぞ。巨人の脊髄液を体内に吸収しただけで巨大な化け物になる。妹が読んでるぞ。
Oh, why did he do that? Oh, he snapped.
俺がフクロウだ。覚えておけよグリシャ。巨人の力はこうやって使う。
Excuse me? I am literally speechless. And he is it looks like he is Aaron's Titan. It's wild how much information was in that episode, and I tried my best to understand, so I just kind of need to think about everything that I feel like I've interpreted so far. I think the thing that is most confusing about this is like trying to look at this as one side being good and the other being bad. Because I think when you try to think about it like that, that makes it like you can't really comprehend, and you have to look at both sides being morally gray or bad in different ways. Because my understanding is that we have these two sides. We have the Eldians and the Marleyans, and the Marleyans are depicting a history in favor of them, of course, but is there also some truth to it? Like, there's obviously been, I just feel like we still don't know exactly what is 100% the truth, because we have the Marleyans depicting their history in the way that they want it, and then we have Grisha kind of half translating these like ancient language texts that he doesn't fully understand, and like kind of jumping to conclusions. What I think is the biggest question here is why Ymir made a deal with the devil to create titans. Like, Grisha is assuming that it was done to build civilization, advance civilization, help humanity, which it looks like that is what happened. However, the hatred had to come from somewhere, and along the way, Eldians then, according to the Marleyans, wanted to basically ethnically cleanse the world, or at least, you know, make themselves the kind of like greater population, the superior race, I guess. And we're also seeing it from, again, like Grisha's interpretation. I'm really having to think so hard about this. We're looking at it from Grisha's interpretation of this, where he again is half translating and you know, is also like fueled by hatred. So that's also like a dangerous thing, to be fueled by hatred and kind of be blinded by that, because then you lose sight of the truth. And so it looks like, you know, they could have used the Titans to further civilization and humanity as a whole, but were they just doing it for themselves? And that's what sparked a war, you know, because they got ahead. Because they got ahead, they then were like, we're superior. And then that led to, you know, a lot of the really bad shit that they did. The king refusing to fight and hiding on the island, taking people to the island, that is, I feel like, a point of frustration for Grisha and the restorationists, because it's seen as cowardly. I'm still stuck on why Zeke and others that are Eldians from Marley actively want to support Marley in what they are doing. That's the part that's confusing to me, because I need to know more about Zeke, honestly, because one, he is, so I think that the Reese family is this like fake name, because we know that the real name is Fritz. So I'm assuming they adopted this fake name to be in hiding. Yeah, that Fritz actually is the royal family. Dina was a Fritz. So Zeke is a royal. He's a descendant of the royal family. And then piecing other things together, like Ymir had to be from an Eldian from Marley, because we seen her get pushed off the wall. Her and her cult. They must have been, yeah, they were believers of Ymir. They were Eldians. So it's like putting that together. Why did they do all that cult stuff though? Was it just to like give them some hope or something? Like, I don't know. At the end of all of this, I feel like I have a semblance of understanding, and it's nice to get these answers after all this time. It's like information overload. But I think what I need more of now is I need to know more about Zeke and his true intention. Like, he is talking about being manipulated by Grisha, and he thinks that Eren has been manipulated as well. So at what point does he see manipulation if he is an Eldian that is fighting for Marley, becoming a warrior for Marley? Because they need Eldians to fight for them, because they aren't the ones that can turn into Titans. They still have use. That's why there's Eldians still in Marley, because they need them. They need them. They're the only ones that can turn into Titans. So he's a warrior. Why is he doing what he is doing? Does Zeke have his own ambitions, or does he just want the founding Titan because the Marleyans want the founding Titan? I guess this is making me think about the turmoil, the inner turmoil that especially Reiner shows, because he is an Eldian, but he is fighting for Marley. And if they're like brainwashed from a young age to become Marleyan warriors, is there like an internal conflict of like going against his people? Is there like knowing more to it? You know, like I feel like there's an element of guilt there that comes from something. Yeah, I guess there's a lot to think about, but my main takeaways are this. What is the whole truth about the Eldian history? is it as horrific as we think it is, or as we are led to believe? I do think there is probably, like, there has to be something. There has to be something. But yeah, I want to know Zeke's true intentions and what he really thinks of everything. And I think that's where I'm at. I think, yeah, this episode was a lot to understand. Like, I've been sitting recording this for over an hour because I've had to take breaks to go back to parts, to watch parts and take more of it in. And I just really, really want to understand. I think we've talked through it, and we're getting there. It's just like, for like 3 seasons not really knowing what the fuck is going on, and then this all in one episode is a lot to take in. But yeah, I'm very curious to find out more, especially about Zeke. Like, now I'm starting to feel really bad for him, because what an awful position to be in since a child. Like, a father that used you in his whole thing, like literally used you as a weapon, or could be a weapon, and then a nation that uses you as a weapon, and you're never regarded as human. You're never regarded as a son, as loved. You know what I mean? Oh God, I have so much to think about. Wow. This is really interesting though, and my mind is blown. My mind is really blown. I could never have seen it going in this direction, you know? Never in a million years. But I have a lot to think about. I hope that you enjoyed my reaction to this episode. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you want to see more content from me, don't forget to subscribe. You can also join my Patreon if you want to. But yeah, in the meantime, take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye. A huge, huge thank you to all of my Patreon members whose support really, really helps my channel, and especially my highest tier members who are all on screen right now. I appreciate your support so much, and it really helps me continue doing what I love, which is sharing my reactions with you. So thank you so much.